of you for your testimony and sharing your expertise on these issues. And I'm glad we're having this hearing on Syria, given the perilous moment we're in, also a moment of opportunity. I really think this committee also has to have an emergency hearing on what's happening at the State Department with respect to foreign assistance, and specifically the dismantlement of AID. I'm really shocked we haven't had a hearing yet. I'm thankful to Senator Shaheen, who organized an alternative hearing yesterday. We had 4 great witnesses. Unfortunately, none of our Republican colleagues were there to hear them, but we are facing a mountain of disinformation about AID from Elon Musk and others. And I would like Senator Shaheen to ask unanimous consent to put in the record a Washington Post fact-checked article on claims being made about AID. It's entitled "The White House's Wildly Inaccurate Claims About USAID Spending."
I'm sure that's without objection.
Thank you. So this doesn't even include the big lie that we heard from the White House podium about the $50 million worth of condoms to Gaza, which was just absolutely untrue. I think my colleagues should understand that Elon Musk called AID a, quote, criminal enterprise. That makes at least the members who have served on this committee for a long time, and those who have served in the Senate longer, co-conspirators in a criminal enterprise, because we authorize and appropriate funds for AID. And we all know that's not the case, but we really need as a committee, on a bipartisan basis, to stand up to Elon Musk. And it's outrageous that we haven't done that yet, because he is doing great damage around the world. I think most agree that AID is an important part of our overall national and foreign policy. And I would just like to ask you, Ms. Stroll, with respect to Syria. Syria has had its assistance frozen. It appears we might get an exemption for some of the UNHCR refugee issues, which are obviously critical at this point in time. I think Senator Shaheen mentioned Hollen, the prison camp that detains a lot of ISIS fighters. If they all get out, Americans are in peril. So could you just speak briefly to how, at this critical moment in Syria, which is also a moment of opportunity but also peril, this freeze on U.S. assistance is emboldening our adversaries and preventing the United States from really trying to seize this opportunity?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. First of all, there are different layers to the, in my view, negative impact of the targeting of USAID. First of all, it's the dismantlement of the staff. So the staff in the headquarters possess tremendous technical expertise in how to distribute, conduct oversight, conduct audits, and how to do assistance in a unique, fragile post-conflict environment. Number 2 is that stop work order. So what's happening is USAID and longtime U.S. partners, as a former staffer of this committee, we conducted rigorous oversight over how USAID partners on the ground, and there were many instances, even when I was on the committee, where there were concerns about a specific partner or specific program, and we stopped those programs, but we found ways to safely continue programs that we thought were in the interest of American security and good stewards of U.S. taxpayer dollars. But the stop work order and the firing of our implementing partners on the ground will dismantle the ecosystem around this very important work. Then there is the funding, which is not flowing. The humanitarian work is obviously critical immediately, but over the long term, we need to be helping societies and communities recover. They want more than a handout from humanitarian aid. And finally, it's the oversight. None of our partners possess the kind of technical expertise that we do in monitoring dollars and monitoring performance benchmarks for these programs. And we've seen in plenty of other scenarios when the funds of our partners have led to poor outcomes. So all of these different ways in which I think the the freeze in USAID and the funding and the stop work order are very detrimental to our interests. And finally, there's the question of U.S. leadership. So when a community or an individual or a mother who needs formula for her child or a diaper or medicine is in need and they see a U.S. flag or a stamp on that box, they think of the United States and know that we had a role in saving their lives. And then that feeds into positive views of the United States. And when we want to partner with that government or a community in the future, the door is more open. So we are closing doors that could impact our security and our interests for generations to come.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Did he turn? Senator Rosen. I do.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, Senator McCormick. Thank you. I want to